Hey guys, welcome back for another Jedi Journal entry. I recently changed my channel name to the Midi-Chlorian Experience, just FYI. Today we will be looking at the supposedly close friendship between the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker, and his master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. When we are introduced to the Star Wars universe in Star Wars 77, we learn from Obi-Wan that Luke's father, Anakin, was also a Jedi Knight, who fought in the Clone Wars and was not in fact a navigator on a spice freighter, as Uncle Owen had told him. Then, Obi-Wan says one of his most famous lines,
"And he was a good friend."
A lot of fans, after seeing Attack of the Clones, wondered how anyone could see these two as being good friends, given their constant bickering. But if you pay attention, there is a foundation to be found for a friendship between the two, and it is only when Padme enters the environment that their relationship becomes standoffish. In The Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan and Anakin have very brief interactions with each other. We see their meeting, and we see Obi-Wan undertake Anakin as his apprentice. Other than that, his experience with Anakin either involves Qui-Gon or takes place outside of Anakin's presence. Upon first hearing of Anakin, Obi-Wan notes Anakin's power within the Force as being off the charts, even above Yoda at the mere age of 9.
The reading is off the chart. Over 20,000.
Even Master Yoda doesn't have a midi-chlorian count that high.
After the pod race, Obi-Wan seems to look down on Anakin as being another pathetic life form, and carries that view as they return to Coruscant. Despite Anakin's enthusiasm,
"But I want to go, it's what I've always dreamed of doing."
And good nature,
"You're a Jedi too? Pleased to meet you."
Obi-Wan is wary of the child. In a not too surprising move, Obi-Wan sides with the will of the Council over the will of the Force, unlike his master Qui-Gon, and thinks the boy should not be trained.
The boy will not pass the Council's tests, Master. He's too old. The boy is dangerous. They all sense it. Why can't you?
It is only after Qui-Gon's death that Obi-Wan is able to put his reservations aside and train Anakin, per his master's last wish. In Attack of the Clones, we see a different relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan. They have been master and pupil for the past 10 years and have gotten to know each other over that time, as well as spent innumerable days training and fighting side by side. Overall, Obi-Wan and Anakin have a stable relationship leading into Episode 2. It's when Anakin tries to show off for Padme, or where Padme is involved, that tension between the two of them really manifests. This tension between master and student is a representation and foreshadowing of Anakin's future relationship with Padme, creating tension between him and the Jedi Order as a whole. The friendship is stable otherwise. Despite Obi-Wan stepping into the mentor role prematurely, as he was only promoted upon Qui-Gon's death and allowed to train Anakin due to it being his dying wish, he has more of an inexperienced mentoring style, as he tries to shape and discipline Anakin into the by-the-book Jedi that he himself is.
Our mentors have a way of seeing more of our faults than we would like. It's the only way we grow.
It is immediately made obvious that Anakin is not his usual calm self.
You seem a little on edge.
Not at all.
He is fidgety and nervous going into the meeting with Padme, his childhood crush, whom he hasn't seen in 10 years. Obi-Wan tries to ease Anakin's worry, showing that he is not only aware of how Anakin is feeling, but also that he is at least making the effort to help calm him down. Having been raised in the Jedi Temple, Anakin does not have much experience at dealing with women, nor in how to handle the strong emotions he is beginning to feel. The Jedi at the time of the prequel trilogy have sat in peace for almost 1,000 years, and so what we see is a Republic and Jedi Order at the height of their decadence. They have largely abdicated their mandate and have become corrupted by their own rules and their interactions with the Senate. So rather than learning how to properly acknowledge their emotions and be informed by them as Stoic wisdom would encourage, the Jedi now prefer to stifle emotion in a vain effort to prevent inordinate emotion from manifesting as the dark side. Sitting with Padme, Anakin defies his master in an immature display of machismo.
And you will pay attention to my lead.
Why?
What?
This naturally causes Obi-Wan to be taken aback in surprise at Anakin's response, showing us again that this is unusual behavior for Anakin. And Obi-Wan, in turn, scolds his student.
We will do exactly as the Council has instructed. And you will learn your place, young one.
and it adds some tension between the two of them. As things calm down, Obi-Wan reassures Anakin, and they get set up for yet another routine mission together. It is in fact a very routine mission for the two Jedi, since Anakin even considers it to be a dull affair.
Protection is a job for local security, not Jedi. It's overkill, Master. Investigation is implied in our mandate.
Talking in the apartment that night, we see tensions rise between the more gifted student and his teacher as they measure each other up. This is more of Anakin childishly trying to show off for Padme, given that he is a hormonal teenager with no real experience with women or how to deal with his emotions beyond the decadent Jedi Order's mantra of stuff your emotions deep down.
Bury your feelings deep down, Luke.
Focusing less on understanding emotions so you can let them inform your decision and opting instead to bury them, with both methods resulting in Jedi not acting from their emotions. It is okay for Jedi to feel emotions, but the Jedi do not act from emotion. They act when they are calm, at peace, passive. Like Stoics, they are supposed to acknowledge their emotions and diagram the source without letting it manifest in direct action. Every emotion has its reasons for being, and they should not be repressed or denied manifestation. I talked about this in my videos on Stoicism and what it means to be a Jedi if you'd like to hear more. Obi-Wan notices that Anakin is tired and correctly guesses that it's because of Anakin's mother, showing us that they have talked about this dilemma during their time together. Being a product of the current flawed Jedi Order and clearly not taken much of Qui-Gon's teachings to heart, Obi-Wan dismissively tells Anakin not to worry about his attachments, and that if he doesn't focus on it, that it will go away.
Dreams pass in time.
Anakin shows a level of trust in his master and opens up about his feelings for Padme, but Obi-Wan simply reminds him of his obligations to the Jedi way of life. Their discussion goes deeper, and they begin to debate with each other about corruption in the Senate. Obi-Wan, while blind to the corruption of the Jedi Order, is aware of the corruption in politicians. Anakin, on the other hand, is younger and more idealistic, having come from a lawless, remote planet and traveled to the more civilized parts of the galaxy, and he sees the Republic and the stability it exudes as being not as troublesome as it really is. This desire to serve and protect the Republic for the stability it spreads under its dominion would not only inform his motivations in the upcoming Clone Wars, but would also serve him as Darth Vader when he seeks to help the Empire maintain this order and stability in the galaxy. Their conversation is disrupted, and they dive into a high-speed chase through the streets of Coruscant. They talk together nonchalantly while going about their business, indicating that this is something they have done before, and they are relatively relaxed about it. It's rather reminiscent of buddy cop movies where they give each other a hard time in the middle of the chaos.
What took us so long? Oh, you know, Master. I couldn't find a speeder that I really liked. There he is. With the open cockpit and the right speed capabilities.
Upon catching the bounty hunter, they drag her into the dirty alleyway behind the bar and go into a classic good cop, bad cop routine. But Anakin breaks character due to the assassin being after Padme, and it becomes more of a bad cop, bad cop.
Who hired you? Tell us. Tell us now!
At their parting, Obi-Wan, being aware of Anakin's love for Padme, tries to tie his apprentice's hands so that nothing happens that might jeopardize his student's Jedi career. Obi-Wan is clearly looking out for Anakin, and when he learns that Anakin is not on Naboo, his first thought is concern that some threat may have come after him and the Senator.
He's not on Naboo, R4. I do hope nothing's happened to him.
Obi-Wan's concern for Anakin's well-being is returned by Anakin, who is distraught when he is told by Mace Windu not to pursue Obi-Wan when he is shown to be in danger. Anakin even admits to Padme that he sees Obi-Wan as a father, though this will change by the end of the Clone Wars into them being more like brothers. Upon Padme's decision to rescue Obi-Wan against the Council's wishes, Anakin lights up with enthusiasm at this newly discovered loophole and the opportunity to help his master. Obi-Wan, always with the sass, sarcastically scolds Anakin for getting the Senator into a deadly situation, which was the one thing Anakin was explicitly not to do.
Then we decided to come and rescue you.
Good job.
Obi-Wan later looks out for Anakin during the ensuing battle and tries to keep him centered and not to become consumed by his love for Padme. As the battle with Dooku gets underway, Anakin is able to gather enough strength to leap to Obi-Wan's defense against Dooku's killing blow, and Obi-Wan tosses his student his own lightsaber to try to give him an advantage. In Revenge of the Sith, we see another side to their relationship. They have evolved from mentor and student or father and son to more of a peer-to-peer and brotherly relationship. Their flying in the beginning is great visual storytelling. We see the pair flying in sync with each other, showing how well they complement each other, which is similar to their final duel in how well they mirror each other. It also shows us that the two of them scale their abilities to match the other. With Anakin being the superior pilot, he pulls back on his flying to Obi-Wan's level, and Obi-Wan elevates his own abilities to be closer to Anakin's. Anakin comes to Obi-Wan's rescue again with the buzz droids and guides his disabled fighter into the flagship's hangar. They take down the battle droids, working their way towards each other so as to cover each other's backs. They have experience fighting together and have done this type of thing before, as they even casually joke around.
I sense Count Dooku.
I sense a trap.
Next move?
Spring the trap.
In the elevator, Anakin is more of the act first, think later type, while Obi-Wan is more patient, which we see again at the climax of their duel, where Obi-Wan's patience beats out Anakin's aggressive strategy. Obi-Wan even makes a joke about Anakin's friend R2 at this time.
What was that all about?
Well, R2 has been...
No loose wire jokes.
Did I say anything?
He's trying.
I didn't say anything.
I always thought it was funny that Anakin knew what Obi-Wan was about to say, and the implication that throughout the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan has been making bad jokes and puns about R2, and that Anakin repeatedly sticks up for his friend. Anakin is the kind of man to loyally stick up for those close to him, as he's even willing to risk the mission if it means saving Obi-Wan.
Leave him, or we'll never make it.
His fate will be the same as ours.
Anakin and Obi-Wan work quite well together throughout the battle above Coruscant, even cornering the elusive General Grievous, and when the ship begins to fall apart, Obi-Wan turns to Anakin to get them out of the situation and acts as support, while Anakin safely lands the cruiser. Obi-Wan is much more comfortable in this movie, finally giving Anakin the praise he deserves as well.
Let us not forget, Anakin, that you rescued me from the buzz droids. And you killed Count Dooku, and you rescued the Chancellor, carrying me unconscious on your back.
Their discussion from that night in Padme's apartment develops into a more serious one, as Obi-Wan expresses wariness of the Chancellor being given more emergency powers, and the growing corruption of the Republic. While Anakin is more optimistic and trusting of the power structures and the Chancellor that maintain order in the galaxy. Obi-Wan reassures Anakin that the Council has good intentions, but when he gives Anakin his new assignment, it only creates a rift between the two, shaking Anakin's trust in the Jedi further, who have held back his progression. Obi-Wan expresses his concern for Anakin to Yoda and Mace, and even professes his belief that Anakin is indeed the chosen one, placing his faith fully in his friend. Palpatine's plan works well when the Council foreseeably rejects his appointment of Anakin to capture Grievous, and Obi-Wan replaces him. At their parting, Anakin confesses his shortcomings as a student and as a Jedi, showing the self-awareness Obi-Wan has been trying to teach him throughout their entire working relationship. And in turn, Obi-Wan professes his faith in Anakin, his abilities, and his future. They part as friends with Obi-Wan in the light and Anakin in the shadow, showing us the upcoming danger of the situation, as well as how each of them feel. Anakin feeling confused, conflicted, and unable to fully disclose what he is going through, stays in the dark, while Obi-Wan in the light feels good, seeing that his student becomes more mature and more like the man and Jedi he knows he can be. But Anakin loses his biggest supporter, and in that brief goodbye isn't able to fully tell Obi-Wan about the things weighing on his mind, due large in part to the constraints of the Jedi Order, further sowing resentment in Anakin, due to it forcing Anakin to not be able to be fully honest with his friend. This is the last time they see each other as friends before Anakin surrenders to the dark side. Anakin and Obi-Wan do have a strong friendship, and Obi-Wan's sentiments in A New Hope are not contradictory to what is presented to us in the prequels. When Anakin gets rebellious due to being around Padme and wanting to prove himself to her, Obi-Wan has to reel him back in and put pressure on him to try to make him into the Jedi he knows Anakin can become.
All mentors have a way of seeing more of our faults than we would like. It's the only way we grow.
If anything, the audience feeling dejected at Obi-Wan's treatment of Anakin allows us to feel what Anakin is feeling. When it is just the two of them, they get along quite well, joking and even bantering back and forth.
Oh, yes.
Spent as much time practicing your saber techniques as you do your wit. You would rival Master Yoda as a swordsman. I thought I already did. Only in your mind, my very young apprentice. Pull up, Anakin. Pull up! Sorry, Master. I forgot you don't like flying. I don't mind flying, but what you're doing is suicide. Hold your fire! You're not helping here!
I agree. Bad idea. Next move?
Spring the trap. Today you are the hero, and you deserve your glorious day with the politicians.
Anakin could avoid the drama with his master if he didn't let Padme's presence affect his behavior. Once again, Anakin's lack of self-control is his undoing in this regard. Well, this concludes my thoughts on Anakin and Obi-Wan's friendship. If you enjoyed what I had to say, click the like button down below, subscribe for more of my content, which should be coming soon. If you want to receive notifications of when that will be, hit the little bell icon down below as well so you won't miss the next one. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you all next time. May the Force be with you.